What's happening, guys? It's me, Drew, aka The Green Arrow, and this is gonna be my review on Gotham. So, let's get into it. So, this week, the biggest things I'm going to bring you this week, actually, because it weren't all great. So, what I'll do is I'll separate different things, and I'll tell you basically different things. So, I'm going to start with the key. The key that they found in the necklace after Selena threw it in the ruby was a key, and the key is linked to the Court of Owls. Now, just before I go on to this, I want to actually say that, the ring that Jim had in that vision and this key is going to be related somehow. I'm not quite sure how it's going to be related, but it's going to be like this, and it's going to get some fun. But both of them are going to end up on the same path because both of them need answers. So, anyway, that key. So the key was found by Selena throwing it and Ivy picking it up, was a key for the Court of Owls. So we thought the people who were chasing them last week was a member of the Court of Owls. We find out this week that they're not a member of the Court of Owls, and they're actually called the Whisper Gang. So the Whisper Gang are in Gotham. So, also on other fronts, what we had Butch and Tabitha kidnapped by Enigma this week, and basically he ends up in torturing them, and saying to Butch, I know you killed Isabella, blah 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 blah, and Butch is like, I don't know who the hell you're going on about, blah 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 blah. He's like, yes you do, you're on, blah 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 blah, and he's like, no I don't, blah 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 blah, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and he don't kill him though, but he comes close to it. He ends up in putting this electrocute cap thing on his head, and he basically kept on trying to fry his brain very, 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 very slowly until he kind of confessed it was him. But it wasn't him, and he held out the whole interrogation. Now, this guy was interrogated for freaking ages, guys, like ages, and he held it out. So, Enigma kind of switched it up and was like, you know what, screw you then. If you're not going to tell me, I'm going to do this. And he basically puts a guillotine on a chair in front of Tabitha, puts her hands through, straps it down, gives her the electric thing, and says to her, listen, your choice is this. You push this button right here, and I will let you go. If you do not push this button, your hand's going to come off. And Butch basically said to Tabitha, you know what, I've had such an amazing time over these last couple of weeks. A guy like me don't deserve to be happy, but you made me really happy. And, you could see she was, before, he said any of that, she was looking to just go and, electrocute him to save herself. But she kind of didn't, because I think she's actually fallen for Butch. So she ends up in having her hand cut off, which is great. But just before she had her hand cut off, Butch turns around to Enigma and basically says, I enjoyed it, I shot her, bang. Enigma was like, what? You what? Say that again? He goes, yeah, I was up close and personal when I shot her. Enigma knew from that, nah, you didn't do that, because she was supposed to have been asleep at the steering wheel. So, leads on to going on to finding out the true person, Penguin. So, we had a little bit of investigation going on, and this is how we should leave her, Barbara Keane, like this. Investigating stupid shit, doing silly things. She ends up in getting this guy, convincing this guy to put his head in his stock, so he's like this, and she's there whipping him. And mate is like, oh, I'm loving that. So she ends up in whipping this guy and basically saying to him, you know what, I need the combination for the safe, I need to see that receipt, and if you don't give it to me, then I'm just going to end up in doing something really stupid. So she ends up in basically whipping the guy. And the guy's loving it. He's like, oh, give me more. Oh, yeah. That's what he's doing. Pretty much, look at his face. He's loving it. So, and if you've got an eagle eye, you would have seen in the back of the room was a Catwoman suit. So, if you would have seen that, you would have seen that at the back of the room. So, it would have been right there at the back of the room. Catwoman, bish, bash, bosh, done. So, as I said, Barbara goes on this little crusade this week, and she ends up in going to Penguin's house and talking to his maid. Now, it's confirmed this week because the maid tells Barbara that yes, the Penguin is in love with Enigma. So with that bit of golden nuggets, she decides to stick that in her cap and go and tell somebody. I'll get to who she tells in just a minute. Let's get back to Bruce and the Whisper Gang. They basically made a deal because they end up in kidnapping Ivy, because Ivy ends up in seducing Alfred and getting him to open up the gate, the doors to Wayne Manor, and locking it down, so she ends up in disappearing and she gets caught by the Whisper Gang. So the deal was Key for Ivy. So yeah, you know what, Key, Ivy, let's do this. So they end up in going to this sewer place thing, and Bruce has basically said to him, I'm willing to come in and help you as long as I know what's happening at the end. I want these people, they killed my family. So with that, they come to an agreement. The leader of the Whisper Gang and Bruce both decided to work together. So who do we see? We see Talon. Talon turns up later on in the episode, just before the end, and he basically kills a guy called Dimitri, who is part of the Whisper Gang, and he then kills the leader of the Whisper Gang. So now we know that he's kind of screwed because little Bruce is back on his own once again. But not just that, guys. We got to see Catherine again. And anybody who's thinking, who's Catherine? She's one of the members of the Court of Owls. She's the woman everyone keeps on seeing. But guess who else has been part of the Court of Owls? Yes, Falcone. Falcone was a member of the Court of Owls. Whee! But Falcone made it pretty clear, because in this episode they were trying to kill his son. So Falcone made it pretty clear and said, you know what? If you touch my son, you kill my son, I'm going to bring hellfire down on Gotham, and I'm going to make sure you burn in the middle of the city and everyone can see it. And she basically said to me, you threatening me? He was like, listen, bitch, I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you, you go after my son. You harm a hair on his head. Guess what? I'm coming for you. So we now know that Falcone has a part to do with, the Court of Owls. But then let's finish it with Mario, because if everyone remembers when he got kidnapped by the Mad Hatter, he had a plaster in his neck. I reckon that the Mad Hatter injected him with the Alice Tech virus, but we're going to have to wait and see. I hope he becomes Solomon Grundy, because that would be really, really cool. But as always, guys, that's been Gotham in a nutshell. It is picking up, it's getting better. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to next week's one, seeing what Falcone is more going to be into. But that's it really, guys. That has been Gotham. If you're new to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button to keep you informed with all things Gotham. If you're new to the channel as well, hit that like button. And if you're an existing person on this channel, hit the like button so I know you guys are out there. But as always, guys, I have been your host, Drew, aka the Crazy Green Arrow. What can I say, guys? Straight shooting.